In a bid to scale up the transportation of gas across Africa, the Nigerian government has commenced discussion with the North African country Libya for the Nigerian-Libya gas pipeline project that is expected to run between both countries through the Sahara Desert. Ministers of both countries met on the sidelines of the Gas Tech Exhibition and Conference 2024 that was held in Houston, USA. It was stated that the upcoming gas pipeline project will begin from Nigeria all the way to North Africa in Libya. According to the government, the crucial meeting was aimed at strengthening energy cooperation between both nations. The discussion was geared at unbundling the possibility of developing a regional gas pipeline project from Nigeria to Libya. This strategic idea aims to strengthen energy cooperation between the two nations. The discussion surrounding the construction of a regional pipeline between Nigeria and Libya has been ongoing for quite some time, as both nations are major oil and gas producers in Africa. In the year 2022, the then Libya's oil minister proposed that the ongoing project of $13 billion Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline from Nigeria should pass through Libya instead of passing through Algeria, which is another resource-rich African country. The cross-border pipeline is expected to transport gas from Nigeria to other African nations and the European market upon completion. The gas pipeline spans 5,600 kilometers and will pass through 13 countries, namely Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia, Senegal, Mauritania, and finally Morocco. The proposed Libya-Nigeria gas pipeline project holds significant potentials for both countries and broader regions. Here are some key points of the project. This mega pipeline could bring forth substantial economic benefits for Libya and Nigeria by facilitating the export of natural gas to the neighboring continent Europe. This will provide a new revenue stream and help diversify their economies. Another key point is its energy security. For the neighboring continent Europe, the upcoming pipeline will offer an alternative source of natural gas, enhancing energy security and reducing dependence on the Russian gas. Regional cooperation is another key factor of this project. This pipeline project, upon completion, will promote regional cooperation and integration, as it involves and will pass through multiple African countries. This could eventually lead to improved political and economic ties across the continent. Infrastructure development is another key point of the project. The construction of the pipeline will entail significant infrastructure development. This project will eventually create jobs and boost local economies along the route. And finally, environmental impact. By providing a much cleaner energy source compared to its alternatives, coal or oil, the pipeline will contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and support global climate goals. Generally, the Libya-Nigeria pipeline project brings forth a strategic initiative with far-reaching implications for economic growth, energy security, and regional cooperation in the African region. Recall that this project didn't start today. 2 years ago, the Libyan government of national unity agreed to transport Nigeria's gas to Europe through its territories. According to the Libyan oil and gas minister at the time, they explained that the distance between Nigeria's gas well and European markets is at least 1,000 kilometers shorter than the two gas pipeline projects passing through Algeria and Morocco, thus reducing the cost of transport and therefore the gas prices. However, Libya at the time faced many challenges to achieve this project, one of which was security, financial, technological, and market aspects. Also, the Libyan government at the time was working against the clock as Europe aimed for carbon neutrality by 2050. The first announcement of the intention to establish a project for a pipeline to transport Nigeria's gas through Libya was made in June. At that time, the spokesman of the Libyan government of national unity revealed in a press conference that the government had permitted the Ministry of Oil and Gas to conduct technical and economic studies for the feasibility of the establishment of gas pipeline projects from Nigeria passing through Niger or Chad to Europe via Libya. On 25th of September 2022, the Libyan Oil and Gas Ministry announced that the study had been submitted to the government. The preliminary study decided that the pipeline should cross from Niger instead of Chad. 6 months later, another in-depth study was conducted. Exploratory discussions on the feasibility of this project commenced between Libya and Nigeria on the margins of the African Petroleum Producers Organization's meeting in September 2022. It was agreed that once the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano pipeline in Nigeria is completed, that's the AKK pipeline, it could be connected to the Green Stream pipeline starting from the Wafa field 500 kilometers southwest of the Libyan capital Tripoli on the border with Algeria. In a statement, It was affirmed that the possibility that Libya may need to import gas from Nigeria. This is in spite of the fact that Libya is a gas exporting country and has a huge gas reserve. Unfortunately, tribal leaders in Libya have repeatedly closed oil and gas fields, making it challenging for the Libyan government. To further expatiate on this matter, in 2023, Turkey and Libya joined the growing list of foreign countries calling on Nigeria for the supply of natural gas. It was noted that the demand for Nigerian gas was on the increase, but sadly, there was inadequate infrastructure which is required to transport the commodity out of Nigeria. Currently, the Nigerian government lacked the capacity to provide all the required infrastructure to transport gas out of Nigeria, which made the government to invite private sector players to take up the challenge as they will get the required government support. The success of the Nigerian gas deal is heavily tied to the Ajaokuta-Kano-Kaduna gas pipeline project, which is ongoing. The continuation and fast-tracking of the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline project represent a pivotal step towards unleashing the immense economic potential of Nigeria. According to the government, the gas that will be transported through this pipeline will bring the much-needed energy to homes, businesses, and industries, and will also be available for enabling transportation and bringing down its cost. The continuation of the fast-tracking of this project, Nigeria's biggest domestic gas pipeline project so far, is a testament of the current government's commitment to the industrialization and economic prosperity of every part of Nigeria. In a country like Nigeria, energizing homes, farms, and industries are pivotal for large-scale job creation, as this project has the potential to significantly boost the agricultural value chain in Nigeria. Part of the initiative of this project is to establish CNG conversions and refueling facilities across the nation, furthering Nigeria's commitment to leveraging its abundant gas resources. Amongst other major African energy exporters, Nigeria stands as one of the primary countries which could gain from the unfolding reshuffling of the global energy order. The ongoing energy crisis, which keeps on revolving around the European natural gas emergency, the discontinuities of market fundamentals, and the crumbling of the EU-Russia gas trade will bolster new forms of gas interdependence between the African continent and the potential partners in advanced economies of Southern Europe. This is expected to eventually reshape Nigeria's status as an exporter in the energy transition era. Nothing less, Nigeria must face severe challenges to unlock its energy potentials as the clock keeps ticking. The country has to balance its ambitions in energy geopolitics with sober reality checks over upstream and export challenges. Having large reserves of natural gas estimated at around 200 trillion cubic feet or 5.6 trillion cubic meters, the largest in Africa, Nigeria aims to triple such amounts in the near future by leveraging on its new gas pipeline project, which is ongoing. Nigeria's deal with major African countries is a major pointer to the fact that Nigeria is advancing at the right direction. To be candid, the Trans-African gas pipeline, which is actually going to originate from Nigeria, will transform the country into an industrialized nation, with gas playing a major role, enabling Nigeria to tackle energy poverty while powering its industries. Guys, do well to drop your honest comment and tell us what you think about this project. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.